What's up, guys? This is Webby back again for a special podcast for you. This podcast, we are doing something very different. We are doing a first. We are counting down and giving out the Wrestling Awards of 2018. We are giving out the best of 2018 in the WWE. Some people might say, well, how can you give out the best of 2018? It has been a downtime for the WWE. We are picking out the things that stuck out the most. And yes, there are some things that have stuck out the most, wrestling fans. So let's dive into that. But before we do, don't forget to become a subscriber today. Like, leave me a comment, and share this video. Also, join me this Monday and Tuesday for a review of the final episode of Monday Night Raw of 2018 and the very first SmackDown Live of 2019. That would be much appreciated. My goal is 200 subscribers by the end of the year. I am 10 away from that. So help me join that goal. Get that goal. Get it higher. It'd be much appreciated. A lot of fun and hard work goes into this channel for you fans out there. Now, let's dive into these awards, shall we? First things first, the rivalry of 2018. We think about all the rivalries that we've seen in WWE this year. Samoa Joe and AJ Styles. That is one that really stood out. AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. Both of these rivalries back and forth. Tremendous matches. Samoa Joe breaking into teased AJ Styles' house. Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles match quality speaks for itself. What about Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler? All of their rivalries and match work. Absolutely fantastic. Those are just three rivalries that really stick out in the WWE for 2018. But the one that really sticks out the most, I really think that really would point out as an attention grabber that really got the fans to stay tuned in to the WWE television product on a weekly basis, each and every week, is Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and Ronda Rousey. Just think how long this has been going on. Since before Evolution, Charlotte and Becky Lynch has been going at it, battling back and forth over the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. Personal galore, to the point where it got to the Survivor Series. Becky Lynch got hurt because of Nia Jax. Charlotte got put in to face Ronda Rousey. That brewed up that whole rivalry because Ronda Rousey got hurt, injured with the attack by Charlotte. Next thing you know, TLC, Ronda Rousey screws both Becky Lynch and Charlotte out of the SmackDown Live Women's Championship, and Asuka is the new SmackDown Live Women's Champion. We are all now waiting to see what is going to happen at the Royal Rumble on January 27th. It's still going on, and this is before Evolution, which that was September, October. Absolutely fantastic. These three individuals. These three superstars have done fantastic work, and it definitely deserves this award. Can't wait to see what happens come the Royal Rumble. Who will win the Royal Rumble? Women's Royal Rumble. Who will face Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania? Remains to be seen. We will find out. Coming in at the comeback superstar of the year, Daniel Bryan. Who else could have gotten this and gotten a bigger reaction, a bigger pop, best comeback, awesome, tremendous. Just think of everything Daniel Bryan has done in 2018. The comeback after a career-threatening injury, career-ending injury, because WWE wasn't even going to let him. And then he was general manager of SmackDown. Finally, goes through all those tests, goes to WrestleMania once he gets cleared, teams up with Shane O'Mac, then has the rivalry with Big Cass, and now he is WWE champion as this hill vegan, just thinks everybody is just trash and polluting the world and things of that nature. Daniel Bryan is doing some of the best work that he's done in a long time, because the Yes Movement really was not as big or as popular as it was the first time around. So this has been tremendous work. And it is an awesome thing, him doing this kind of great heel work and having the strap right now. And him right now helping Mustafa Ali right here at the end of 2018, going into 2019, helping young talent. You couldn't ask for a better person to have a comeback career award and to have an awesome year for his career. Definitely deserves this award. Breakout talent of 2018. When I tell you this superstar, some of you might say, well, this isn't really a breakout superstar. But when you think about his first run, it was pretty much non-existent. No one really cared about his first run. I don't care even if Mr. McMahon did say he was the chosen one. When you think about this superstar, you think of 3MB and how he was underutilized and about how he was a jobber and a nobody. And then he went to Independence and he made a name for himself. And he went to NXT and he made a name for himself. And he came to Monday Night Raw. And what did he do? He got with Dolph Ziggler and boom, shot off. Made a huge impression, not only in the eyes of Vinnie Mac and Kevin Dunn and everybody else in the back, but he also made an impression on not only the people who watch NXT, but the people that just watch Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live. Those are the people that really have to be impressed the most outside of Vince McMahon and them, because the NXT people already was impressed with Drew McIntyre. And let's be honest here, Drew McIntyre has been doing a fantastic job on the main roster. Just look at him now. Head and shoulders one of the favorites to win the Royal Rumble. Broke off with from Dolph Ziggler. Now he might be jobbing a little bit, but you look at what he's done. Even when he was with Braun Strowman and Dolph Ziggler and that whole thing with the Shield, when you look at everybody that was working in that, Drew McIntyre was who was standing out. That was awesome work by Drew McIntyre. Hands down above the rest in that rivalry. When it comes to the heels in the rivalry, fantastic work by Drew McIntyre. You can ask for a better person to have a comeback career, comeback story than as far as breakouting of his shell. He came back to WWE and he broke out and proved everybody in the back wrong. Fantastic by Drew McIntyre. Female superstar of the year, Becky Lynch. By far, Becky Lynch. Some of you might say Charlotte. Some of you might say Ronda Rousey. Some of you might say Nia Jax. Okay. I can understand those, or some of you might say Alexa Bliss. It's Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch, by far, when you look at her and what she's done since SummerSlam, hands down, one of the main reasons why we tune into SmackDown Live. Royal Rumble access sold out her event. Her signing is sold out. She fantastic. Everything she has done, awesome on SmackDown. The head and shoulders above the rest. Her and Charlotte, as far as the rivalry, tremendous pair. But Becky Lynch, how she has taken what was supposed to be a heel character and transformed it into something that was just, as she called it, the man. You couldn't ask for anything better. Becky Lynch, head and shoulders above the rest, and deserves everything that she gets in 2019. Male superstar of 2018, Seth Rollins. Some might disagree with this. Some might say it's AJ Styles. I can definitely understand why somebody would say it's AJ Styles, because of the WWE Championship and holding it the entire year up until, right before the Survivor Series. I could understand that. Some might say it's Samoa Joe because of the great work that he's done, even though he did not get a championship, even though he deserves one. And there's some other superstars you could put in that category as well. However, when you look at Seth Rollins and you look at everything he's done for the Intercontinental Championship, and you look at all the great matches that we saw on Monday Night Raw, and everybody criticizes Monday Night Raw each and every Monday, including me. The one thing that we all would agree with is that Seth Rollins' match is one thing that we universally enjoyed each and every Monday night. Whoever it was against, it didn't matter who it's against. Doesn't matter if it's against Dolph Ziggler. Doesn't matter if it's against Drew McIntyre. Doesn't matter if it's against Baron Corbin. We enjoy it. It is head and shoulders above the rest. Why do you think WWE had him going out there doing open challenges every single week? Besides the fact that it was just easy to write, WWE knew the fans loved those long matches of Seth Rollins. Brought prestige to the Intercontinental Championship. Definitely deserves Superstar of the Year. Deserves to be in contention. Number one contender. To face Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. It's either him or AJ Styles that deserves that spot. Head and shoulders above anybody else. I think everybody that is watching me, that watches this, would agree with that. That we see on television right now. The authority of the year is Paige. Of everybody, and I know this is kind of minor, but out of everybody that we've seen in the authority figures this year, we saw Baron Corbin, we saw Stephanie, Shane, Daniel Bryan, all of them. Kurt Angle. Yeah, what did we see out of Kurt Angle? We saw Kurt Angle say, well, we're going to settle this in the ring. We saw Baron Corbin take the authority figure, take the authority role, and take it to the tank. We saw Stephanie come out, every great once in a while, and, every time we see Stephanie talk, universally, the fans want to put earplugs in their ears. Shane, he's cool to watch, dance around and that kind of stuff, and, talk every once in a while. But not me, like, personally, but I know a lot of wrestling fans out there, they get tired of seeing the McMahons on television. Paige, however, she wasn't on TV all the time. She didn't put the focus on herself while she was the authority figure. She went out there, she would make a match, that'd be it. Sometimes she didn't even go out there to make the match. Somebody would go into her office, she'd be there for 30 seconds, and bam, didn't see her the rest of the show. She was what an authority figure should be like. She was kind of like what, Gorilla Monsoon or somebody like that would be like. You'd see them on television sometimes. And that was it. Gorilla Monsoon, president of the WWF back then. He was on Monday Night Raw some, but he wasn't the main focus. We didn't see Paige every single week. Most weeks. But even like with contract signings, we saw a contract signing with Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles, and it was in the back, and it was held in an office, and it was not in front of the a crowd in the ring like a standard contract signing was. That I really appreciated and I really enjoyed. That was the last major contract signing that we've seen that I actually would really put over as a good contract signing, and she overseeded that contract signing. Tremendous by Paige. So I would give her that award. And finally, the match of the year. Of all the matches that we've seen And I'm talking about the main roster here, because I know that a lot of you that are watching this probably thinking, well, you've skipped over everything that is NXT, that is New Japan, that is all of that. I'm talking about the main roster here. But when we look at the main roster, AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura, and I'm not talking about their WrestleMania matchup. I'm talking about Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank was by far, in my estimation, the best match of 2018. And I'm begging right now for somebody in the comments below to give me one that is extremely higher up than that. And I know there's some that are close. Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler on Monday Night Raw, or Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler on the pay-per-view right before SummerSlam. But AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura, that Money in the Bank pay-per-view, that last matchup they had, everything about it, top to bottom, extraordinary. That last man standing matchup. Nakamura getting put through the table, announce table, to get knocked out. Phenomenal forearm. Tremendous. Everything about that was tremendous. How somebody cannot rank that up there as the top match of the main roster, I do not know. So, with that being said, these are the awards of 2018 that I have for you. Now, I could have came up with some of the worst awards. I did not. I'm sure some of you would have liked to have seen some of the worst awards of 2018, like the worst rivalry or the worst superstar of 2018, so on and so forth. I didn't come up with those. Those, I am sure you could point out very, very quickly. But these are the ones that I have for you, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up and a comment down below amongst everything else that I mentioned at the beginning of this podcast. And until I see you again, this is Webby, and I'll catch you on the other side. Talk to you later.